Are you a closet florist? Are you like one of those people that really want to have these beautiful flower arrangements in their house and just have no idea how to actually do it? I am. I actually, when I was a kid, not when I was a kid, when I was an adult, I tried to get a job at a floral shop. I did, Martha. I tried to get a job at a floral shop and just so I could learn this stuff, and it never worked. They didn't hire me. So that's Martha, you guys. Martha with French Potager, Martha Whitney Butler. Welcome to the show. You're now going to give me what I've been wanting my whole life.
All of it and more and more.
I am. I'm going to be a flower designer.
Yes, by the end of this you will.
Awesome. All right, so tell me the basics of floral design.
Basics of floral design is good flowers. Good flowers. So
Good flowers.
Very good flowers. Healthy flowers is to start. Then you've got to have the good skills that you're going to learn today. And also, you've got a good container.
A good container.
Those three things. And
Flowers, container, and skills.
Skills.
Okay.
Math skills. So
What about
you need an apron so you don't ruin all your clothes. And you also need a pair of good shears. Those are pretty good.
Okay.
Those are pretty good. These are better, but those are pretty good too. So these are Japanese steel. I know. They're wonderful.
Fancy.
I know. So we have a good, healthy selection of beautiful florals today. We have a lot of good product from Holland. We have some American-grown hydrangeas from California. Nice little farm. We've got beautiful roses from Ecuador.
Oh my God.
I know. Those are amazing.
I think we're done.
Right? It's over. We're all done. And we've got some anemones over here, which are always a showstopper.
Is that this?
That is that.
Anemone.
Anemone.
Like you find in the sea.
Sort of, but you find it on land.
Okay, all right.
And then we have hellebores, which are also from Holland. They're amazing. And then we do get some nice, beautiful local flowers. I always say local flowers, if you can get them and when you can get them, are always a good bet because they are the freshest.
And you know what's interesting? The first thing you said was fresh flowers. You want to start with fresh flowers. Where can somebody go to get fresh flowers?
Well, you can come to the French Potager here at 213 Main Street in Bay St. Louis, or you can go to your local florist. You can buy stems of flowers from your local florist.
Not just bouquets. You can come in and just get clippings.
Most of the time, yes. Just give them a call, give them a heads up, and say, hey, do you sell flowers by the stem, or do you sell cash and carry? And they will most likely say, yes, we do. What would you like? Here is what we have today.
I love it.
I know. It's
That's
amazing.
so easy, and nobody knows to do that.
I wish they did. And you can also go to the grocery store and get flowers. I don't care where you get flowers as long as you're having a good time designing them.
Fabulous. All right, so number 2 is technique.
Technique. It's a big deal. So the first thing we do is we fill our container with nice clean water, and we put a wee bit of flower food in there. Now, as a florist, we have flower food. You can purchase flower food from us, or you can mix up a little sugar water or do a little dab of Sprite in there. That kind of feeds them too because it's sucrose, so they want to eat sugar water.
Really? So that's all they eat is sugar?
Pretty much, and water and nutrients from that. So the best water to use is a good, clean, filtered water.
Okay, and then put a little sugar. Now, I was always told to put vodka in the water.
Vodka does keep the water sterile and clean. But if you're changing your flowers out every 2 days like you're supposed to, then you don't need that necessarily.
Okay, I thought they just like getting drunk. So
sure.
that's just for the water.
What some of them do. Some of these flowers come from New Orleans and really fun places, and they do prefer a little vodka. So let's see. We've got this container. It's empty. We put a nice little leaf wrap from outside our front door in this just to kind of cover up the stems.
Oh, so you want to have something that covers up. I like the stems. I think the stems are pretty inside.
And we left some of the space in there for you, so we didn't know. So we figured we'll go on the safe side and just put a nice little decorative swirl. So because what we're going to see is all of this. And this is a wonderful plant called Dusty Miller. Very beautiful, very soft.
Soft. I can totally feel it through the...
pretty, full. It's in very good condition. It's in its peak season. All these flowers right now are in season.
So is that a tip as well? Is use flowers that are in season?
Try to use seasonal flowers because like these ranunculus right here are fairly large. Now, when they're not in season, they look like that, and it's very disappointing when it's $4 to $5 a piece.
Yeah.
So
it's very sad.
Right.
Is this a ranunculus?
Ranunculus.
Ranunculus.
Ranunculus. It's redunculus. It's ranunculus. So many people call it ranunculus. I love it. So we got those. We got some good stuff.
Okay, so how do you get started to put it together? Do you start with the big stuff?
We start out with our greenery, and I know this isn't very green. So
okay,
we're going to do this
just
hands-on, girlfriend.
like that.
That's not right.
Okay.
But we're going to take that and we're going to cut it. So I want you to take, here, if you hand me one, I'll show you.
All right.
Take this guy right here. You're going to measure to your container. And when you measure to your container, you want this to be low because you want it to hold all of your flowers. So you measure it and you snip it. And then you pop it in.
You gave me the...
I know, right? There you go.
All right.
Now make sure you're cutting at an angle.
Oh.
Always cut at an angle so that the flowers can drink water. It's a big deal. Otherwise, they're not able to drink. And we need them to drink all that watery vodka that they can.
So you want the greenery to go towards the bottom.
Correct.
And
you're building basically a grid with this. So you want to take these just a wee bit lower.
a wee bit lower.
About 1.5 inches lower. There you go. Perfect.
Okay. Same thing on this one?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Oh, you said 1.5 inches.
There you go.
Whew.
And by it being low like that, you've got a nice little grid. See how it's crossed? All of your stems are crossed right there.
Oh, you want your stems?
You want your stems to cross. So when we do that, I'll show you a nice trick that you can remember. North, south, east, and west. And
So-
there's your grid.
And you
then
do
you
this.
can do this too. If you want.
Okay, and you do this just for this particular
Take
one?
that one. Yep.
Just for the green.
South, just for the green for right now. Mhm.
Okay. All right, I
That's
stole
an
one of
easy
yours.
trick. No, take it.
Take it. Okay.
All right, so our next thing that we're going to put is what we call a focal flower. And when you take your focal flower, you want to strip off any leaves that are going to touch the water because there's a nice big rule. No foliage beyond the water line. That creates bacteria.
Gotcha.
And so this is your largest flower that you're going to use. Your largest flower, so you're going to cut that pretty low to your container
As well. How
So-
far out do you want your...
Not very far. Not very far at
I was
all.
thinking we wanted to go tall.
Not yet. Not with your focals. And this is a low container, so you want to try to keep that pretty short, even shorter.
Even shorter.
Even shorter. And a
Like-
trick for a hydrangea, even shorter. Take it all
Shorter.
the- Shorter, shorter.
Ah! I feel like I'm cutting it off.
It's fine.
Okay. All right. So
Good.
boom.
Boom. So,
All right.
hydrangea in.
In.
And then, and I'm trying to do this towards, this
Okay,
way
so
if
how
you can. But you can do it towards you and enjoy it.
Okay, I'll enjoy it.
And then we're going to just put another hydrangea because we can. Because
We don't want the rule of odd numbers?
Not necessarily. Not at all. That's one of the misconceptions about floral design, that if it doesn't have an odd number, it's going to look funny. But that's not true at all. This gives us a very, very good base for the rest of our flowers. You see all of these little guys in there?
Yeah.
That's going to help keep your flowers in there.
Like,
pretty
because
well.
it's all, like, full.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, most of my stuff never is full. It's always kind of puny.
Well,
So
we're
you
gonna
need
fix
more
that.
of this stuff.
You need
Okay.
some big flowers, big focal flowers. The bigger, the better. So this is our next
Well, she's
largest.
Oh! I
know.
like that one. That one's
I
mine.
know. He's beautiful. He smells good. So I would say you want to flip this around. I would say pop him right in the
Right
middle.
there. So
Yeah.
he's got to be short, too.
He's got to be short, and you're going to put him in at an angle.
Okay, now, I'm scared to cut him.
So when you cut these, I like to use a knife to give them a big, long, broad cut. There you go.
Oh, it needs to be
Too
shorter.
long. Yeah, I know. This is a compact container. So if this were a taller arrangement, then we would be using taller flowers. But since this is a short little container, we're going to use and cut all of our flowers pretty short, so it just crests over
That
this
is so
container.
beautiful. Oh, my God.
I know, all
Are you
done.
serious?
No, I'm kidding.
Wow, look how beautiful.
It is pretty.
So anyone can do this. Is there a wrong way?
Yeah, there's a lot of wrong ways. There's more wrong ways than right. Trust me.
Okay, so
However,
if you're listening at home, do it exactly how she's telling you.
Yeah, and there's plenty of resources out there where you can watch and get instruction for free. It's wonderful. Or you can hire me and I'll come teach you. I'm here. I'm available. So we're going to do 3 of these guys. So
all the way around.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you what we do when we group things.
Okay. What's that?
When you group things, an easy way to remember is a triangle. So you make this invisible triangle and you go 1, 2, 3.
Okay. But these are going to need to be the same cut.
No, you're going to make them all different lengths because you want to stagger your height.
Oh, so this can be taller?
A little bit, yeah. He can go at the top.
He can go at the top, but you said
Sure.
triangle.
Yeah.
Okay.
An invisible triangle.
An invisible triangle.
It's
okay.
invisible.
And
he is going to go
where?
Flip him around. I want this guy to come forward a little bit. So now your triangle.
Oh, right here.
Right there. A little shorter.
Little shorter.
Little shorter.
She just cuts these flowers like.
I know. The water gets to him faster that way too.
Boom. Oh, it's like a little heart.
See, there you go. A heart. I like that too. I'm putting him in as a sub.
Okay.
All right. So the next flower, I'm going to give you a choice. Would you like to go with an anemone or would you like a ranunculus?
Oh my God, 2 really good choices.
I know, they're
An anemone
wonderful.
or a ranunculus. I want to go with a ranunculus. Ooh, can I use the peony?
Not yet. That's for the end.
Oh, okay.
The end.
All right, so ranunculus.
Ranunculus. All right. Pink or salmon?
God, choices. Pink. Pink.
That one's pretty.
Pink.
Let's get this one. And these little ranunculus are delicate creatures.
Okay.
So we have to be very gentle with them.
Doesn't smell like anything.
Those don't smell like anything.
Okay. And how many are we doing in each
3.
arrangement? Oh, see, this is the rule of 3.
Right. Just it doesn't apply to everything.
Okay.
So I think we should take these guys back over here.
And do the same thing or do something different?
If you want to group it, you can. If you don't, it's up to you. You are the artist, my dear.
Closet floral designer.
Closet floral designer. She's out, guys. Watch out.
Out of the closet. Okay. This.
So, and I would cut him. Nope. Look at that. He's perfect.
He's perfect. Doesn't need to be cut.
And you say 1, 2, 3. It helps sometimes when you say it aloud.
Okay, maybe he does need to be cut.
It's like a dance.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3, 3, 3. Ooh, is that good?
That's great.
Okay.
You did it.
I did it.
All right.
All right, doesn't look as
Now
good as
I'll let
yours.
you have your peony.
So how do you pronounce this?
I say peony because
Peony.
I'm from Alabama, but some people say peony.
Well, it looks like peony. I'll be honest, it
You can
intimidates
say
me.
either way. We'll understand what you're saying.
Do they grow native around here?
No, fun thing. Peonies don't grow around here. I guess the closest I've ever heard of them growing was like mid-Mississippi, and they were not these. These come from up north. Now these ones are actually from Holland, but up north these are a nice little shrub to have in your yard. They are very expensive down here though because we don't get them. So
That's why I love them so much.
they're a luxury item for sure, here.
So we just stick it on the top.
If you want to see him on the top, I think he's going to round your arrangement off very nicely.
Just stick them on top.
Correct.
But he's got to be the right height.
Right.
Okay, so here.
Lower.
Lower.
Okay, try it. We'll see.
I'm going to remember that. Lower. Lower.
But always, it's better to cut long. Nope, too tall.
Too tall.
It's better to cut too long than to cut too short.
Because you can always go
Perfect.
shorter.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness. So,
She's perfect.
Is she done? Or does she need more?
Girl, we can always put more in there.
Oh my God.
Let's go bigger, go
Okay,
home.
so let's see. We had the base of like the greenery, even though this is white, and then we did the focal flowers that are kind of puffy.
These are all technically focal flowers. We don't get to use a lot of filler here at French Potager. We like the big blooms.
Yeah, like she said, go big or go home. I am absolutely loving this.
So let's do this beautiful
Oh, we're not done. Oh.
Helleborus.
Wow.
And that is a Helleborus winter bell.
Okay.
Let's see.
How do you pull that out?
There we go. And look, we're going to strip all of our foliage off the
Because you don't want
bottom.
any of that in the water.
No foliage beyond the water line.
No foliage beyond, and then just
And
stick
that's
it.
actually a really good height. So I would say this is the front of your arrangement.
Do arrangements have to have a front?
Some people request not that they don't. I would say right down in there. Some people like a roundy moundy, as we like to call it, which is all the way around. And some people, most of our work in particular, I know, right?
That's so beautiful.
Stunning. Most of our work is wild and gardeny and open and loose and free. So, you know, typically when you spin our arrangements around, they're going to look different on every side.
And would you consider that the best way to do it so that it's more artsy?
Well, I can't necessarily say that my way is the best way, but I can. So, yeah.
I love you, Martha. Martha Whitney Butler. I just want to make sure I absolutely get that right.
All of it.
What else do we need to do to round this out?
Well, we can put more flowers in it, or we can stop and smell the roses and enjoy.
This is awesome. I feel like I learned a lot, and we have a little surprise for you. Martha and I have already talked about this, and she's giving away a little discount, not just to one person, but to all people who do what?
If they call and say the words Miss Congeniality, then they will receive a 20% off discount.
Boom! 20% off, and that could be both on what? Fresh flowers and getting a bouquet.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We will give you a
I'm
Miss Congeniality.
going to use my own discount.
Do it. Do it.
Miss Congeniality sent me.
And make sure you read the fine print.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming. It was nice to play flowers with you.
I'm like coming out of the closet with my floral design.
We're here for you.
This is awesome.